But of course I'm disappointed. I mean, I thought at least I got the opportunity to work with two of my favorite artists, that is Björk and Spike Lee. I mean, I watched all his film. Jungle Fever was a favorite of mine, very exotic film, Do the Right Thing, and I was asked to come first of all the participants at 8 in the morning. But all of a sudden I'm there standing, and there's a camera in my face and lights and everything, and I obviously misunderstood the whole thing because I thought that this was rehearsal. But then they just said, next.
The triumph of our heart.
Everybody get up and start dancing.
That gives all. The triumph of our heart. That gives all. That gives all.
And one more triumph of the heart. One more.
Okay.
And everybody jumping up and down.
The triumph of our heart. That gives all. That gives all.
Into the camera, Björk.
The triumph of our heart.
Triumph of the heart. I mean, it means that the heart should win, right?
Yeah, it's about, you know, the beauty of giving it all, you know, just forgiving everything, and like in the video, the cat forgives everything. So he's, you know, he's the triumphant.
There are obviously quite a few elements in the video, but I think we can all agree on Nietzsche being the star, the cat in the video. He was just so great. We contacted this girl, Gulla, and she has about, I don't know, 10 or 15 cats or something. And she brought in 3 cats. It's quite funny. One was called Wittgenstein, Derrida, and then Nietzsche. And Derrida was just, you know, definitely not the right character for this, just didn't work. Wittgenstein was actually quite good, and we thought we'd use him in the beginning. But when we put him into the suit, he just went totally crazy and started actually sketching Mr. Jones. So, you know, Nietzsche was the one that got the part. And, you know, he was just great. And to see the dialogue between the director and the cat was just beautiful. He must have a cat himself, or at least a pet. You know, it was just so natural. You could almost think it was an Icelander.
The cat in Icelandic mythology has been one of these kind of primal or fundamental elements. There is this fairy tale that Björk is unconsciously working with. Immediately when I saw the first rushes of the video, I understood that she was really touching walking on a very common ground of my research for my doctorate, actually. In this fairy tale, we have this cat who is like taking care of the farm, and this cat is married to a man who is like not taking care of anything, just going to town and getting drunk. So the cat cannot, like, in a way, manage the whole domestic enterprise. So the hay is getting rotten, you know, and when the sheep are getting born, you know, they rot in the ground, and so it's like this cat turns into a woman. It was actually Spike that turned this fairy tale upside down.
We recorded the song at this nice and sleazy bar called Circus. Circus,
of course, what else? And it's just this crazy madhouse full of these arty-farty types and very colorful and...
Yeah, the bar, the Circus, it's the bar where I hang out all the time.
I guess the people working on this video knew about my music and were interested in having me participating in the audition to comment and do some yodeling. Yodeling is something I did on my second album, which was sort of like, you know, more a musical, you know, joyful album, have a drink here. Whereas my first Global Voxique was more, you know, original and true to the Voxique tradition. And the yodeling part here was on the second one.
I mean, we had all sorts of people coming to the audition. I mean, there were, I don't know, 200-300 people or something that came. I hadn't actually phoned that many, but you know, the word spread out that Björk was about to shoot video with Mr. Spike Jones. So but that was fine. That was great. You know, we were happy to have more to choose from. So I mean, everybody did really, really good. You know, it was interesting just to see, you know, what people do when, you know, hearing a song for the first time and put in front of a mic and, you know, just be spontaneous, perform.
They didn't choose me, which is like, you know, very sort of, you know, I wasn't expecting anything. I'm not a musician, I'm an artist, and yeah, and it's like this was not very comfortable. And no, there was like, they said that there was lots of people, and you know, this casting director was really sort of strict and stressed, and when I heard that I had not gotten chosen from this like audition thing, I just thought about it, and you know, and I felt that, you know, this was something that I should really be in, you know, because I knew my friends were going to be in it, and so I just kind of called them, and they agreed with me. So I just, you know, made a few calls, and when I showed up, there was like no problem. Everybody was just relaxed, and you know, it was, I mean, the idea from the director was that it was like supposed to be like a regular night at the bar where we all go, you know, and everybody was just like, you know, behaving normal, except for the casting director, who was like weird, acting kind of strangely all the time, and you know, sort of giving me the evil eye.
I was not surprised when hundreds of people, you know, came to this audition. You know, if you put an ad in the paper saying, you know, we need people to come and do sounds with their body, with their voice, Iceland is the place to do it. I'm sure you wouldn't find this as easy in other parts of the world. You could get, you know, go to France and get, you know, hundreds and hundreds of violinists coming, and maybe to the USA, and you would have guitarists. And what else? You could go maybe
We just went to this test, and I didn't know anything what I was doing, and I just did something. And then they said, okay, we're going to shoot the video, and then I went there and didn't know really what was happening, and then we spent this one day there in the bar. And
we just did all this rhythm stuff that's in the video. It was all done like live when we were shooting. So because before we had done it in the studio, and Björk had edited and was really like really classy poppy stuff. But I'm really glad they used the lo-fi version, which was done like live in the bar.
The people that ended up in the video are actually people that whose sounds fitted best for a new edit of the sound that Björk's engineer Valgeir Sigurðsson and Björk herself edited together for a special version for this video. So, you know, it wasn't just about maybe, you know, doing a great performance or coming up with a hilarious sound or, you know, doing something, you know, very artistic.
The triumph of a heart that gives all, that gives all.
And real loud. Real drunk.
The triumph of a heart.
Well, as I've said before, I thought that my artistic message wasn't represented enough during the audition. So I talked to a friend of mine who's an editor, and we made a compilation of well, let's say my artistic career. And I've been quite involved artistically right from grammar school. I won a talent show when I was 14 in Hagaskóli, a local grammar school here. And I participated in many events since then. For instance, as many of you know, I participated in a very provocative version of the Phantom of the Opera during high school. What I'm thinking now, and this is just from the top of my mind, is that they got the tape, but they never even looked at it.
No sleep tonight. Tonight is sleep free. Sleep free. Go! You could have done better than that. Hang that side! Kick it! Kill it!
Should've done a jazz song. This is a disco song, Spy. Yeah, I just had it, you know.
How come?
Just with the cat.
Why?
He's just not very flexible. He's very stubborn. He should loosen up a little, you know. The triumph of
You're a really cool cat. I really like it. When he's sitting in the house, like, watching out the window.
That's good. Getting to look outside.
Look outside. Does he look off balance?
He looks a little
Lean
crooked.
to the right, towards you. There you go.
Okay, ready? Here, keep your paw up there. Can you see his paws?
A little bit.
Do we see him more?
No, they're good. They're good.
I thought it was really nice that he had like adopted kind of or like taken this old fairy tale or this folk sort of story of the cat and the workman, and you know he did it really nicely, and you know it's like, you know, in a way it's kind of a creepy story, but you know he turns it into something fun, you know, and I just really like it when people are, you know, working with the folklore and the Icelandic myths, and you know there's more to them than the elves and the trolls and all that. And the cat category is really great.
The cat woman saving the first sheep from rot in the ground. It's like, but the man, her husband is like on the other side of the mountain we see here on the horizon.
It's the cat from Shrek. I had been like totally in love with this character, and then I was on this video, and I never dared to show it to Björk.
The cat in the insignia of Iceland is very emblematic and symbolic for Iceland as the origin of Iceland and the first animal, the first mammal, and the first being here.
The cat with a hat, it's fantastic.
The cat as a three-dimensional shadow. Yeah, the cat in a way like entering the house. You know, the desire entering the body.
The booted cat, you know.
So like a little bit like the cat playing the piano, like Paganini playing the violin, you know, the music, Diabolus Musica.
Who else? Cat Stevens.
So here we have the Christmas cat.
Yes, a Christmas cat.
We have of course, the cat people. We have the cat woman in Batman, and this is not my field, of course, so I cannot say many things about this. But we have, you know, of course, Felix the cat. We have
the musical.
Yeah, in the beginning it was such a misunderstanding. It was quite embarrassing for me. I totally misunderstood the whole thing. So I started looking for and spent like a whole day phoning up people that, you know, look a little bit like cats, that have face that's a little bit, you know, forward, you know, not flat like my face. And, you know, because I thought, I don't know why, I just thought, you know, we were going into that direction of the musical Cats. So I thought, you know, we'll have makeup girls and, you know, costumes and all that.
Hold on a sec. Oh, you're such a good kitty cat. You're such a sweetheart.
I have been thinking a lot about the day in the shooting of the video, because, you know, what do artists do? They inspire each other. And I was inspired by the approach using the cat. As we know here in Iceland, it's a symbol. And it's, you know, has been here maybe considered like a, you know, something you don't deal with or something you don't touch. But, you know, she did it in a very bold way, and it was fun, and you know, I'm sure people will enjoy it. And certainly I did, because, you know, I'm thinking, why not use, you know, use the cat as an instrument?
Oh my god. Oh shit. Wait, look at me, look at me, look at me. Ask me if it's bad.
Is it bad?
It's pretty fucked. Oh fuck.
We started with calling musicians, you know, bands like Trabant, Sigur Rós, Moon, Apparat, things like that. And then, you know, guys like Einar from the Sugar Cubes, Marcus Anders was there.
I mean, if Björk should do an album more based on the Vaxakal tradition, and I would gladly, you know, be around. But for me to be asked just to do the yodeling, of course, it may be 1% of what I have done and what I work with. I mean, 15% maybe of the Vaxik tradition is the voice, using the voice, as Björk is doing on her new album. I mean, but what's this? I mean, the heartbeat, the intestines, the joints, yeah. Stroking, you know, all these funny little sounds that you can make with your body. This is Vaxik, and this goes back.
Who else? Beatboxers, hip-hoppers, Egil Sæ Björnsson.
Yeah, I mean, like on the last album there's this song, Wanna Love You As You Are. And like almost the whole beat is, a lot of the beat, like the bass drum is done with the voice.
No, I mean, I've been trying to show you my tape, and